Good afternoon, what is a cool, grey and cloudy day. It is Wednesday the 7th of February and I'm in the reading up with a nice hot cup of tea. And a box to continue unboxing. And what I've got in here is this. This is Hopes and Dreams of the Orbital Bound, a slice of life sci-fi by Craig Duffy. Now, Craig Duffy is part of LunarShadow Designs, essentially a little company, that produces small role-playing games here in the UK. I really liked his solo role-playing game, Number Stations, where it's a Cold War espionage role-playing game, where what happens is basically triggered by you listening to number stations, and then also Signals to Noise, which is a role-playing game about communicating back and forth with a generational colony ship that is getting further and further away from Earth, and exploring the basically the effects of long distance travel and loss of signal. So, Hopes and Dreams, the Orbital Bound, is a Dyson Eclipse slice of life of the sci-fi role-playing game. Now, so life in space, it's not the most exciting adventure that stories would have you believe. Sure, your home is floating in orbit, but day to day, you've got jobs to do, friends to see, and chores to complete. It's all rather normal. And life aboard the vast orbital habitats of Tau Ceti is just that, everyday life. Until something goes wrong and it takes a turn for the dramatic. Hopes and Dreams of the Orbital Bound is a slice of life sci-fi role-playing game of 36 players about telling the stories of ordinary people in the far future. Now, the sort of I mentioned sort of like a Dyson Eclipse thing. So essentially, this is a role-playing game set around a great sphere of alien and strange technology around a Dyson sphere in the Tau Ceti system, which is being explored through a number of different small role-playing games like this. So Signals to Noise is about making that journey to Tau Ceti, and Rock Hob is a solo role-playing game based upon is it The Wretched, about exploring and drilling into asteroids for an alien item that could get the driller killed. And here we have actually this expanded to be a full role-playing game with multiple players rather than solo ones. Let's have a look inside. Contents page. This is a little bit difficult to show you because again, this is in landscape in landscape rather than portrait format. So that, not that, which is what you normally used to see. So we've got discussion essentially of the different various types of habitats that have been established around Tau Ceti, and essentially the habitat charter, what you agree to when you sign up to travel there. And this is you as the player characters will either have been born there perhaps, or you'll have travelled there for the original ship. And the ship itself, it's actually in Signals to Noise, can actually find technology which will get you there faster than being a generational ship. And then we've got an example of a character sheet for Hopes and Dreams of the Orbital Bound, principles of play, and so basically playing the game and principles of play there. Essentially, so the idea is dream big. You have big aspirations, but drill down to sort of like what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Make the future normal. Make challenges personal. State goals openly and up front. So this is really very much within sort of like the storytelling game over, and then even do it sort of like an anthology of different stories over time. How to handle violence and safety in the game. And it says life in the habitats is largely peaceful. Violence, however, is not heard of, and so on. So, handle it carefully within the setting because it will have ramifications. Got another sample player character there. Before we get on to, what to do in session 1 and then session 2 onwards. And then an example, essentially creating the location for your Hopes and Dreams mini campaign, which is Hab 3. adding details to it, minor characters, factions and situations, before we finally get on to creating characters, including their hope, fear, drives, relationships, conditions they have, which can be positive and negative. And so throughout, essentially, you've got sort of like, it mentions content and it tells you, in the sidebar, go to this page for other further information. So we've got further discussion of factions and situations. Another NPC or player character, and then how the game is played, the cycle of play, player roles, the role of the game master. Scene goals, ticking off attributes, spending conditions and relationships to essentially advance the story and increase the drama, use of story points, how to resolve scenes. And much of this will be kind of familiar if you have played different storytelling type games. Got another NPC, player character, and then we've got to scene types. So introductory scenes, growth, challenges, confrontations, and exits. So how to handle the different types of scenes. Another character, basically you can grab these, use these, or create your own. Twists are introduced through play, and then mundane elements that can happen, mundane twists. Dramatic twists, another table there, life-changing twists, and then how to bring the game to a close, ending the game before we have essentially identity cards for you to use for your player characters. And there we go. That's Hopes and Dreams of the Orbital Bound Slice of Life RPG, a sci-fi storytelling role-playing game that advances the nature and state of the Dyson Sphere setting from LunarShadow Designs. So obviously, Craig Duffy was very generous in providing me with a copy. I've reviewed several of his titles so far and really enjoyed them, and I'm looking forward to giving this one a review as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing a book or game, which I'll unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.